Good morning and you're welcome to Sports here on the M Show. My name is Benedict Owusu, and you know the MTN FA Cup final was played yesterday at the Cape Coast Stadium. Black Stars were in action on Saturday in the Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers, and also Uganda have qualified for the first time since 1978. I remember that tournament was hosted here in Ghana and they lost 2-1 to the Black Stars in the final. That was when Ghana actually won one of our Africa Cup of Nations titles. But first, we talk about the MTN FA Cup, and Bechem United became the first team in the Brown Afro region to win their first ever trophy after defeating Okwawu United 2-1 to win this year's MTN FA Cup. Let's catch highlights of the game.
Talking about the contributions of Abednego Tete, Yao Ano pops up just inside a 6-yard box and eventually giving a chance away. And again, it's been a lazy approach at keeping things, and it's man who just missed that opportunity, and he eventually would have to find out what will be happening. That's a very interesting year for Bechem United. Yao Ano missed the chance, and some seconds later he redeems himself with that blistering strike. And Manuel Zacharias himself, he knows that the team is in to win their first silverware ever since they came to the Premier League in Ghana. This is a glorious moment for Yao Ano, and indeed a pitch-race performance from Yao Ano.
Look at how he picked the ball, went past two men, and then shot home. This real work, you know, effort put in, and the work done finished from Yao Ano on his right foot. You know, Sempa keeping it easy.
Well, there could be Makina and Peru. Well, Okwawu United, Akoto Danso has equalized. You never write them off. They always will come back, and they come back and hit you hard. Okwawu United, they want to sleep, they woke themselves up, and they have knocked on the door. It is 1-1 and game on.
You know, we thought they were out of this game, but then they've been able, you know, to put a chestnut from that fire. Pent-up celebration in the stands, long ball up front. That was calamitous defending there. He got past his man Nelson. You know, he had played well in league games and deserved to start, but couldn't live up to expectation.
Abednego Tete, and this could be the 10-second goal here, and that is it for Bechem United.
He's on a double.
Yao Ano silencing Okwawu United again. Boy, you need the goals.
This was the play, Abochi, and good play there from Tete. I thought it was an infringement. This should have been the goal itself, but neat intervention, and the ball dropped fortuitously in front of Yao Ano. And Arnold kept his cool to finish into the roof. First of all, the ball was diverted, but onto the path of Yao Arnold. And what a final he's had, 2 goals.
So 2-1 it ended yesterday at the Cape Coast Stadium for Bechem United as they clinched this year's MTN FA Cup. We can now hear from the two coaches. First, the winning coach, Manuel Zacharias, and later we hear from Ibrahim Merega, assistant coach of Okwawu United.
It's very important for me, it's very important to win this match for all Bechem, for all my supporters, and especially for my players. I'm very, very happy because when I came, I told to my president, for this FA Cup, I do my best. My mission is finished. 4 months in Ghana, and win these things is very, win this cup is very, very important for me. Thank you, Ghana. I believe in my work, and I'm very, very proud. I want to say just one thing in Portuguese. Muito obrigado de ganhar este jogo em Ghana. Estou muito feliz e estou muito contente de ser mais português a ganhar num país estrangeiro. Thank you, Ghana. Thank you, Portugal.
Anyway, the performance was not bad. It's only 1 or 2 mistakes they did. That's why we lost this match. I told them, you see, just to control the ball, their possession. Our number 6, defensive midfielder, handled the ball, and the ball just take the ball from him. That was all our first goal. If I didn't give quick pass it quickly, and he wanted to dribble him, and the ball just cleared the ball, and that's their first goal.
Do you think that Bechem United deserved the trophy on the evidence of the performance put out here tonight?
I'm very, very disappointed because they didn't deserve this trophy. But the trophy, I want to make this history because I play and win the match, and I have to coach, and I come as a coach too. I think I wanted to win the match, but very disappointed that I couldn't win this cup.
So first was Manuel Zacharias, coach of Bechem United, a winning team, and also you just heard from Coach Mariga of Okwawu United. Actually, he was hoping to win the title as a coach because some years ago he played for Okwawu United and they won the FA Cup, and this time as coach of the side, he wanted to do that and would have become the first man here in Ghana to play and coach to win the MTN FA Cup as well. But before the final, the National Women's League playoff happened at the same venue, the Cape Coast Stadium. Was a curtain raiser, and Ampem Dakwan ladies claimed their first trophy in the National Women's League after defeating Hazakes ladies in the finals at the stadium, which was yesterday. Now, a 64th-minute goal by Grace Asantua helped the Tichman-based club to win the coveted title. Remember, last season, the two teams met in the final, which was played at the Tema Stadium, and Hazakes ladies defeated Ampem Dakwan by a 0-0 at the Tema Stadium, and this time it was Ampem Dakwan who defeated Hazakes ladies by a 0-0 to win the National Women's League. So as you can see on your screens now, the trophy presented to the captain of Ampem Dakwan ladies. So away from the MTN FA Cup and also the National Women's League, let's talk the Black Stars. And they were in action on Saturday at the Accra Stadium. They played their last AFCON qualifier against Rwanda. The game ended 1-1, but remember, the Black Stars going into the game had already qualified.
Ghana hoped to put their off-field struggles behind them when they hosted Rwanda in a Group H AFCON qualifier on Saturday. Already through to Gabon 2017 as group winners, the unbeaten Black Stars have been the subject of a battle between the country's sports ministry and their football association. After coach Avram Grant named a strong squad for the clash, the Ghanaian sports minister claimed his portfolio had no money to pay for the overseas-based players to travel or for accommodation for the team. Many of Ghana's foreign-based players have paid for their own travel, with the injured West Ham star Andre Ayew generously offering to pay for those who couldn't afford it, while the players have also stayed at their homes rather than a team hotel. However, they showed no signs of any of those issues on the field, as young forward Samuel Tete fired them in front. Despite being outplayed for most of the match, Rwanda managed to steal a point with 7 minutes left. Muhajiri Hakizimana curled in a beautiful free kick to level the scores. Ghana could have won the match in stoppage time at the end of the 90. Jordan Ayew turned sharply in the box, but smashed his effort against the post. 1-1 was the final score.
So 1-1 ended at the Accra Stadium. Samuel Tete scoring for the Black Stars, his first goal for Team Ghana. And yes, that day, Samuel Tete was so delighted for him. This is a player who was scouted by Avram Grant at the last edition of the Africa Youth Championship in Senegal. And since then, he's been a part of the Black Stars team. He was with Wafa, but recently left for Austria, where he plays for Liefering. That's the youth team of Red Bull Salzburg. Well, still on the game, Black Stars coach Avram Grant, after spoke about the poor nature of the Accra Sports Stadium pitch.
The pitch is one of the worst pitches I ever see, I must tell you. But what is worse than this, that even though we asked, I will tell you a secret now, we asked just to put water on the pitch, just because last game against Mozambique, 3 players was injured in the first half. 3 players, Atsu, Wakasu, and Achupong, and the club was very angry about us because it was because of the pitch. So we had to put water, only water, on the day of the game. So they didn't come. So I asked the guy that is responsible why he didn't put water. He said we needed money for fuel. I said to him, how much is it? He said 800 CDs. I said, why you didn't tell me? I would pay. Anyway, I play for the tickets of this and play for this. We pay also for this. This is a great country, I'm telling you, great country. Nice people, a lot of potential. We need to give these players more tools to perform well. It cannot be that they not take care of the pitch because of the 800 CDs.
So that was Black Stars coach Avram Grant, and we still stay with the Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers, and Uganda secured a historic, qualification to the tournament next year after 38 years. The last time they played at the Africa Cup of Nations was in 1978, and that tournament was hosted here in Ghana. They defeated Comoros by a goal to nil. So Uganda are through to the Africa Cup of Nations, and yesterday you should have seen what happened at the stadium in Kampala. It was all joy and excitement for the fans of Uganda as they booked that historic qualification to the Africa Cup of Nations, which will be hosted in Gabon next year. Now we can check the full result of matches that were played yesterday. Some were played yesterday and also on Saturday, and as you saw, the Black Stars drew 1-0 with Rwanda at the Accra Stadium. Yesterday it was Djibouti. They went away to Lomé to play Togo. Togo won that game by 3-0 to qualify for the Africa Cup of Nations. So we can check full results of matches that were played so on your screens. There you go. This happened on Saturday. Matches that were played: Angola drew 1-0 with Madagascar, and also Ghana 1-0 with Rwanda. Nigeria, despite they know very well that they were not going to make it, but they had to win that game against Tanzania, and Iheanacho Kelechi scored a stunner as they defeated Tanzania by a goal to nil. Mozambique also won their game against Mauritius by a goal to nil. Ivory Coast drew 1-0 with Sierra Leone. They needed it badly to qualify. Sierra Leone, coached by Salah Stete, needed a win to book their qualification to the Africa Cup of Nations in 20 years, but that didn't happen. So Ivory Coast will have the chance to defend their title they won at the last edition of the Africa Cup of Nations. On Sunday, the matches that were played, that was yesterday. Zambia drew 1-0 with Kenya. Uganda defeated Comoros by a goal to nil. Guinea also defeated Zimbabwe, already qualified Zimbabwe by a goal to nil. Mali thumped Benin by 5-2, and DR Congo defeated Central African Republic by 4-1. So we can now check the full list of teams that have progressed to or that have qualified for the Africa Cup of Nations, which will be hosted in Gabon. And as you can see, it will be on your screens pretty surely. Gabon, they are host. By virtue of that, they will participate at the competition. In Morocco are also going. They finished as Group F winners. Algeria finished as Group J winners, and they are going to be there. Cameroon as well, Group M winners. Group K was Senegal, and Senegal, the only team not to have lost a single game in this qualifying series. They won all their games, 6 matches that they played, they won all, so they finished with a 100% record. Egypt also the most successful team when it comes to the Africa Cup of Nations. They've won it from 1957, 1959, 86, 1990, 2000, 2008 and 2010 as well. Ghana will be there. We've won it 4 times. Guinea, Bissau, Zimbabwe, Mali, Ivory Coast, they won it last time, and they were winners in Group I. Uganda also were runners-up in Group D. They qualified. Burkina Faso, Group D winners. Group A winners. Tunisia, DR Congo, Group B winners, and Togo qualified as runners-up in Group A. So these are the teams that are going to be at the Africa Cup of Nations. 16 teams: Gabon, Morocco, Algeria, Cameroon, Senegal, Egypt, Ghana, Guinea-Bissau, Zimbabwe, Mali, Ivory Coast, Uganda, Burkina Faso, Tunisia, DR Congo, and Togo. So we expect a great Africa Cup of Nations tournament, and we hope and pray that the Black Stars this time can win the Africa Cup of Nations title. Now let's do the US Open highlights from there, and Lucas Paul ousted Rafael Nadal to reach the quarterfinals of the ongoing US Open. Highlights for you.